hello, everyone. Hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. Happy Sunday. Happy Brunch Sunday. Thank you all so much for being here. I see people coming in. Come in if you feel like you would like to. Go ahead and let yourself be known. We got a few people in the chat. Let me go ahead and already introduce the people in the chat or say hello and greet them. Who we got? We got Celeste here. She says, Happy Sunday to me. Thank you so much for being here, Celeste. We got Craig Lamar in the building. He says he is Vegas bound. Will you drive safely, Craig, to Vegas? Let's see. Celeste says, cheers to the chat. Thank you so much again, everybody, for being here. We're going to have a good time today. I have a cute little show planned for us. We're going to be making some Salmon BLT sliders. So we'll be cooking that up today. Real simple, real easy. You're going to cook the sliders up. We got some bacon. We're going to make like a little, truffle, garlic, aioli type situation to go on our sandwich because, I love to make a nice little sauce. So we're going to have that. And of course, we're going to have mimosas. Who else we got in the building here? Glamorous D is here. Happy Sunday, playing video games at the moment, but I'm listening. Thank you so much for joining, Glamorous D, and shoving us in while you playing your games. I'm here for that. Celeste is making sure everybody please like the video on their way in. Derek Gaines is here. He says, hello, everyone. Is it a drunken meal time? You already know. You already know. Let me get it out right now. I have some special guests with me today. My brother is here along with his girlfriend. So we're going to have mimosas together. We saying happy Sunday. It is brunch, baby. My brother is in the building. He's saying hello to the chat as well. Oh no, wrong comment. Yes, remember to like and share. Everybody, please make sure to like and share the video. Please, please, please. Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the bottle because y'all already know. And then also for our topic today, it's going to be like I said, real fun and light. We're going to talk about the 90s, the best decade in the world, right? That's not the decade I was born, but that's the decade that I spent most of my childhood. We're going to talk about that because it's been a whole lot of talk about stuff that went on in the 90s, nostalgic moment, Freaknik, all that. So it just got me thinking like, what? The greatest time ever. And then I'm going to show y'all something in a few minutes that's going to kind of help guide our conversation today. But let me get these mimosas started. I'm going to give my brother and his girl the bigger glasses. I'm going to keep it light. The other day, y'all, when I was drinking, what I had mimosas last Sunday on the live. Y'all don't know. I don't know if y'all realize, but I had about 4 mimosas last Sunday. And at the time after I got off the live, all 4 of the mimosas hit me at once. Sunday evening last week was for the record books. All right. So we're just going to be using some regular orange juice here. We got some regular champagne. We're keeping it traditional today, nostalgic back in the day. I'm going to fill the glasses up first. What? Glamorous D says, okay, he was born in the decade, the best decade, the best. He was born the year after the best year. Born in 86. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me start with the champagne. What we got. I'll show y'all the champagne that we have. Like I said, we got some regular orange juice. Let me know how y'all like y'all mimosas. So I'm one of those people that I like to pour up my champagne and then, have a nice little cute amount of orange juice, but I ain't trying to do like half and half. I'm more like 60-40, 70-30. If I'm really feeling myself, we can go 90-10. Like, just keep it moving, keep it going. Derek Gaines, so I had the best generations. You know what? I will agree with you. I'm gonna pull his comment up. Derek Gaines, he says, I was born in 69, so I had the best generation, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I actually will agree with you there. There's just some things that my brother and sister can talk about that I don't. The only reason why I know what they're referencing is because I grew up with them. And it's something that I can recall, but like things that happened in the 80s, even though I was born in 85, no, I don't remember, y'all. I was a little young type. But, let's start talking about the 90s. I got you. Okay? Craig says he likes his with cranberry juice. I like mine with cranberry juice as well. Next Sunday, I'll do cranberry juice just for Craig. So I'm going to put in a little bit of orange juice in mine. Which y'all want a lot of orange juice or a little bit? You want a lot of orange juice? Oh, you driving. Okay, well, Tony, I'll fuck you up then. All right, so Stacy here, you take this one. And then, yes, this is a pour, baby. If you need more orange juice, here, take the orange juice. I'll keep the orange juice here. So, all right. Cheers. 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 Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday. Oh, yes. Glamorous D. Glamorous D says Saturday morning cartoons was the reason to get up early. Absolutely, y'all. Like, bruh, like I was actually okay. Before we get to that, I'm gonna come back to this comment. Let me start because it talks about why the 90s was like the best time, right? So let me show y'all something. I saw this initially on Facebook and then it started making its rounds to like Instagram, but it's actually a tweet. So usually I feel like first people tweet out stuff, then it makes its way to all the other social media sites. But it was like a little thread on Twitter. This guy who I'm assuming is around my age. I'm 37, born. Shout out to 1985 babies. I saw Celeste. She said shout out to 85. Derek Gaines, you want the whole bottle, huh? Derek, do you be drinking like that? Because you always talk about something boozy and drunken. Okay, so let me go over this little thread of tweets. It starts, I am part of a special group of millennials, that's me, I'd like to call the Bridge. We're the group people don't talk about, but I'm about to talk about it real quick. All right. He says, Nintendo. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I ain't out of order. Okay, yes. I'm about to talk about it real quick. Nintendo, Sega Genesis, CDs, and Nokia phones. Y'all remember the Nokia that you could play with Snake with? Windows Paint and Yahoo Chat, iPods, and LimeWire. We were the first kids with email. We knew and grew up with the greatest Mikes, Jackson, Jordan, Johnson, and Tyson.
Cheers.
Period. Okay. Watching VHS tapes. I actually have some here. I have like one or two. VHS tapes and making mixtapes off the radio was still a thing. We knew life before the latest technological advancements, the last 25 years, but we were also the first group with home PCs and internets and saw the evolution of both. I had my very first computer when I was in 6th grade, I want to say. So I was about 12. My grandfather bought me a Macintosh. My grandfather had a little money, and so he bought me a Macintosh because I needed a computer to write my papers. Let's see. One more. I think it's one more slide. Okay, we were the last group to really play outside with the kids down the street and watch cartoons on Saturday. Every neighborhood had a candy lady. Penny candy was actually a penny. Yeah. We had to talk to our friends' parents before we can talk to them on the phone when we called. I see Smoking Talk has made it in the building. Shout out to you. Baltimore is in the building. Thanks so much for joining Smoking Talk. Make sure you drop your link so everyone can see where to find you here on YouTube. The Bridge is responsible for the shift in culture all around the world. We're changing the rules. We're the reason. Creative is a job title. What am I doing now? We ain't got next. We got now. We actually been had it. Like, I think this is the last. Oh, but wait, there's more. Hold on. He goes on to say, we saw the market crash. We knew the impact of Aaliyah and In Living Color. MTV was a music channel. BET was actually good. 106 in Park, Midnight Love, Teen Summit, Comic View. We learned about blogging and websites. We created apps and became famous from where? YouTube. Man, let me see. All right, so that is the whole little thing. I think it kind of went out of order a little bit, but y'all got the drift. Like, the nostalgia of it all. The nostalgia of it all. Okay, let me stop sharing. All right, so we are good here. What do y'all think about that? Let me peruse the comments, make sure we got everything going. Let me update. Celeste says, I like that we're the analytical slash or analog slash digital ones. We got both. We do have both. We do have both. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Glamorous D. I still have a VCR? Really? I don't. Do I have a VCR? No, I don't have a VCR, but I do have still have a DVD player in my house. I have DVDs. We have Prince, Michael Jackson's first albums. Yep. Yes. Smoke and Talk has dropped his link, so make sure y'all check that out. But yeah, like, like I said, this whole Freaknik situation has brought on a new thing, or it's brought on like people talking about the 90s. Of course, like back in the day, somebody said before it was phones everywhere. Yes. If y'all have seen those clips from Freaknik and what they're doing, you'll see that they literally got people hanging out the doors of cars with camcorders, like the kind that you put right here and this big, and you look through the little peephole and it got like a little light. Yes, like that was the technology. It wasn't no iPhone like the children are used to seeing today. Like I look at my daughter and a lot of the stuff that she is so used to, and I'm like, she has no idea. Well, she might know what a VHS is, and I know she knows what a CD is. She's seen those, but like in her world, like I tell her all the time when I tell her to do something, I was like, get up, I want you to go clean up, or I want you to do whatever. And she's still sitting down watching TV. I'm like, girl, if you don't get up and go now, you can press pause. But when I was a little kid, if I ain't watched the show then, you missed it. You missed it. All right, so what we're going to be doing, like I said, we're making salmon BLT sliders. So I'm going to start by, first of all, I'm going to start by turning this air up because I'm already drinking. It's already getting hot. It's getting hot in Phoenix, y'all. Y'all know I live in the desert. Today, what's the weather? It is already 90 degrees. It's only 1:15 here. It is 90 degrees outside. So it's about to get hot as hell. Probably in a couple weeks. You think we're going to hit triple digits soon? Y'all think it's triple digits?
More than likely.
Yeah, me too.
At least by Wednesday.
Yeah, we going to hit triple digits soon. So I'm starting out by, before we go over Glamorous D's comment, I'm going to start out by seasoning my salmon. So I've already went ahead and kind of cut the salmon in small pieces, in little squares, because we are making sliders. I have some slider buns here. I got the brioche kind, so we're going to be eating some good buttery bread. So with the seasoning for the salmon, I'm starting out with Kinder's wood-fired garlic. Y'all know I love Kinder's. Shout out to y'all who bought the Kinder's and, got up on the Kinder's brand. We're going to have to start tagging them or something because, listen, I have shouted them out damn near every live. So I need some royalties, okay? All right, next thing we're going to be seasoning up our salmon with is this garlic and pepper seasoning. I've been using this a lot lately. It's not a lot of salt in here at all, but it will give us some additional garlic flavor. Y'all know I love garlic. And then also, like garlic is best with seafood. So look, this is how I know I'm real comfortable. I'm getting free in the mouth, flipping the mouth. I done said about 5 or 6 cuss words thus far. Let me shut up. Let me hush. Okay. I'm also going to be using the Kinder's no salt lemon pepper seasoning. We're going to use a little bit of that. We're also going to have some fresh lemon juice. We'll probably squeeze on the salmon right before we take them out of the skillet. I'm going to add in a little bit of paprika. And then lastly, I'm going to put, of course, garlic powder, onion powder. And then I'm going to put in a little bit of kosher salt because the Kinder's is not very salty. And I do want to make sure we have enough seasoning on our salmon. All right. So while I'm finishing seasoning this up, let's go back to Glamorous D's comment. He says, I agree with the whole tweet. Absolutely. I do too. Like, honestly, when I saw this tweet last week, I actually had reposted it on my Facebook page. And then I started seeing it on Instagram. I was like, oh my God. I've had these same conversations with friends of mine. And we just talk about like the differences between us and like the weirdos, Gen Z. Don't get me wrong, I love Gen Z. Like they power to the people, they're radicals, they're loud, making noise, and making sure everybody knows who they are and they are here and they are adults now, but they're annoying as hell. And a lot of the reasons why they're so annoying is because their childhood was so vastly different to mine, my brothers, and everyone else older. Like they literally are the kids who grew up with just the digital age. So, and then I see the difference between them and then my daughter, who like at this point, what my daughter was born in 2011. So that's when Instagram was popping. Facebook had already been popping. So they're not just the digital age, they're the social media age. So it's even worse with them. Like, oh, yeah. Sugar was good for you. What? I don't know what he's talking about. What Craig talking about? We survive without any social media. Absolutely. Smoking Talk says, 80 babies, stand up. That's right. I'm an 80s baby. Oh, look. Wait a minute. I just saw someone in my chat. My daughter. Hey, Avery. She's here. Let's see. Yes, I do love garlic, y'all. I do love garlic. Celeste says the 90s gave us intro music to our favorite shows. Just enough time to grab your snack and get back to in front of the TV. Girl, like, and then it's so funny because one of the nostalgic things I see people doing is like singing all the theme songs. So like, of course, at least for us 80s babies who grew up in the 90s, of course we got the old shows like Good Times and all those shows. Of course, we all know. And then, you know, the Jeffersons. I know those songs, of course, right? In the Heat of the Night. My mom used to love that show. Like, of course, I know all those shows. But let's talk about the great ones from the 90s that showed a shift, not just in like digital age, but it also showed a cultural shift as well. So I would be remiss if I don't bring this up. The fact that the 90s was a great transitional stage for us as Black Americans. You start to see more Black things be more mainstream. Shows that showed different types of Black families started to be more mainstream in the late 80s and then into the 90s, such as The Cosby Show, such as, I mean, probably The Jeffersons was like the kickoff to like showing different types of Black families. And then from there, it just kind of evolved. But I want to say The Jefferson or the Cosby Show was probably the first time we saw like Black professionals, families, a doctor and a lawyer on TV, different world. We see an HBCU life. And then, of course, my friend and I were actually talking about the fact that Black millennials who went to HBCUs, they love wearing Hillman shirts, right? What do we all grow up on? Different world. Different world. Everybody wanted to go to a HBCU once you saw a different world because they made college look fun. Aw, everyone's saying hello to Avery. Y'all so sweet. Glamorous D says, remember MySpace? Absolutely. So I really wasn't that big into MySpace. I've always been more of a Facebook girl, but of course I had a MySpace page. Of course I had music playing. Y'all let me know if you had a MySpace page and what was your background music. We was developers and coders. I mean, hello? Like TGIF on, look, y'all. TGIF. That was literally my favorite, all of my favorite shows. Family Matters, Boy Meets World, Full House, all of those shows. It was nice, wholesome TV. Nice, wholesome TV, okay? Do they have that now? Like, are kids this day and age able to like turn on the TV and look at stuff that's actually for kids? No. Like, I mean, yes, there's YouTube because my daughter watches YouTube a lot. And I do watch some of the stuff that she watches with her. And I do see like they have young content creators. But like, I also see my daughter watching Sister Sister. She loves Full House. She loves all of the shows that I grew up on. So it makes me feel like they haven't really have that. Like they have the Disney Channel, but like who 12 and 13 want to watch the Disney Channel? Like that's more kiddie, right? Chelsea is here in the building. Happy Sunday to you, Chelsea, as well. Thank you so much for joining. Smoke and Talk, if you don't mind, can you please drop Chelsea's link in the chat so everyone can go and see where to connect with Chelsea. She is a YouTube content creator, so be sure to check her out. The oldies, Nick at Nights. Girl, y'all taking it back. Okay, so, of course, we're making salmon sliders, right? BLT sliders at that, so we have to have the bacon for B. Today, for our bacon choice, I'm using pork bacon. Judge me not, because I haven't had pork bacon. The last time I had pork bacon, I think, was in February. I don't eat bacon often. And I wasn't at a store where I can get the turkey bacon that I actually like. And the store that I was at, I wanted to try beef bacon, but they didn't have that. So shout out to Maggie, the substitute teacher. She cooks with beef bacon all the time, and it looks so good. So I'm definitely going to try it out one day for y'all. So we're just going to be using some pork bacon. I tried to get the better one, the no antibodies, no growth hormones, nitrate free, all of that stuff. Y'all, this bacon costs too much dang on money. Food is high. That was something else I miss about the 90s. Things was less expensive. I remember, and it wasn't even in the, was it when I get my license? I got my driver's license in 2001. But I remember gas being way cheaper than it is now. Okay. Gas out here is $5, y'all. $5 a gallon. That's how much gas costs in Phoenix. Phoenix is the second highest gas, or Arizona in general, second highest gas market after California. All right, so I'm just gonna actually cut my bacon in half. Again, we're making sliders, so we want smaller pieces. And then I'm gonna start by cooking the bacon, because I want the bacon grease to be in the pan. Then we'll go ahead and make our sliders. So this is gonna go real easy, real quick. Let me take these gloves off. All right. What does my bro say? There's no family content for kids today, Sally. It's really not. It's really not. Yes, the one with the nuggets was the best. Don't be stingy. Yay! Maggie, the substitute teacher, has made her way in. I'll have a mimosa with you. Cheers to Maggie for 26,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got to see, I was in her live this morning when someone told her she's officially at 26K. So shout out to Maggie, the substitute teacher. Her growth is so inspiring, and it's just nice to be able to see it, y'all. Last month, Maggie had 2,000 subscribers, and today she's at 26,000. So huge shout out to Maggie. Thank you so much for being here, Maggie. Thank you for all your support, all your wisdom you share with us on and off the off the social media. We really appreciate you around here. Okay, y'all make sure y'all check Maggie out. Do you rinse bacon before cooking? No, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Have you ever heard of that? What? Rinsing bacon? No, that's gonna take off all the good stuff. No. No. Let's see. I see a few comments I want to get to. We have Audrina here. I think this is my daughter's friend. Hey, girl. Hey. Derek Gaines says, let me add in because we're gonna start cooking our bacon. I'm gonna pan cook it because I want to get that bacon grease. This recipe is not the lightest. Okay, it's not the lightest. To make it a little bit lighter, we can probably do a better or a healthier bread, something with more whole grains. But I said not today. And then also we would use like turkey bacon, because turkey bacon is way leaner. No, I don't really do cheat days. But we are making our like aioli sauce with a light mayonnaise. So that's going to help reduce some of the calories. Oh my God. We have a notification. We got a notification here from Maggie, the substitute teacher. She sends $26 on Cash App. She says 26K coming your way. Thank you so much, Maggie. Please bless me. I need all the good vibes, the manifestation energy, all of that. Yes. Honestly, at this point, I'll take 5K. Okay. Let's get to 5K. Let's get to 5K. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So we have our pan cook or heating up. I'm just going to go ahead and start adding the bacon in. I tried to get this bacon is not that thick. I usually like thicker bacon, but I really wanted to get the better quality bacon that they had in the store. So I'm going to add in a few pieces. I don't like my bacon super, super crispy, just cooked, but not like super crispy. But if y'all like y'all bacon crispy, let me know. You like your bacon crispy? Not super crispy? Nope. Good. Perfect. My mama like to eat her bacon like that. My mama like to eat everything burnt. Okay. That's why I like to have my like when I make smoked sausages and stuff. I always do like I make sure it get a little black on it because that's the flavor, y'all. When you that's something else from the 90s. Okay. What? The flavor? Yeah. For those that are joining, just so you know, so you don't think I'm talking to my brother and his girlfriend are here with me. They're joining me today. So we're having mimosas together. We're going to be having our salmon BLT sliders. We're having a good time, y'all. We are having a good time. Oh, okay. Craig says rinsing the salt off reduces the popping. Look, I just do like my grandmother did, and she just put it in there like this, flip it, cook it, and then boom. Also, we're not like we didn't over season our salmon, so we don't have to worry about eating too much sodium today. And that's another reason why I picked the higher quality bacon. So that is something to consider. I mean, the thing about it is a lot of this stuff is with marketing. So like, yes, they say all of this nitrate free, it's free of antibiotics and all that kind of stuff. It should be that way because that's how it is in every other country. But, the better quality the food, the more expensive they make it. So, of course, you buy what you can afford. But if you have the opportunity to look at the labels and to see that your food has less chemicals and additives and things, I highly, highly recommend that you do. You will see a difference in how your body's responding to the food that you eat. I do cook my bacon in the oven as well as the air fryer. It's just today I wanted that bacon grease in our pan before we make the salmon. There's a method to my madness, y'all. There's a method to my madness, but air fryer is perfect for bacon, especially if you have a thicker cut bacon. Put it in there, couple minutes, boom, it's perfect. Again, I don't like my bacon super crispy, so I don't keep it in there for too long, but it's in there. Wilbur Gross, thank you so much for joining. Greetings. I have to hit the gym. Your arms are looking better than mine. Thank you for noticing. Look, that's why they call me Coco Swole, and I ain't even that lean right now, y'all. But I do plan on leaning out a little bit, and y'all will see. If you would like to peruse my Instagram page, you'll see how I was looking at my leanness. I was looking like a whole bodybuilder, y'all. A whole bodybuilder. All right. So this bacon doesn't have like too much fat coming off of it, which is actually a good thing. Actually a good thing. Yes, yes, yes. So back to the meme the meme that we went over. Let's talk technology, because one of the biggest differences between, and which has really driven the differences between like older generations versus newer generations, is the evolution of technology. Who we got here? Mr. Theo Coop is in the building. Thank you so much for joining, Theo. Make sure you drop your link so y'all check out Theo. He streams Monday through Friday. I want to say at like 8:30 Eastern time. When I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, my time, I catch him. So go ahead and check him out. He does some funny content over there in his neck of the woods. But yeah, so we all mentioned like VHS, VCRs, the CDs, Nintendo, Sega. What's the thing that you and Leslie used to play before I came out? Atari, is that the name of it? What is that called?
We had an Atari, yeah.
So we got all these old gaming systems. Yeah, I remember. I mean, yes, there's like the PlayStation, all that, but like I feel like gaming is different now. It's not the same as it used to be. Like, and maybe I'm just removed from it. So correct me if I'm wrong. I know Glamorous D is a gamer because he said he's playing his game. I know my brother he's into that kind of stuff too. But like, I don't feel like it is the same as it used to be. Like my god brother used to have every gaming system from Nintendo, Sega, and then once like PlayStation and Xbox came out, all of those stuff. Like with the cartridges, the Nintendo you used to have to blow into. That was my favorite one. Mario Brothers is my absolute favorite game. I think Super Mario 3, Super Mario, Nintendo 64 when it came out. Like I was so excited about that. I think that was probably that was still in the 90s. That was still in the 90s. Yes, video games are on a cartridge. What them kids know about that? What they know? Okay, so Glamorous D, he is a current gamer, and he says that it is not the same. He says everything is online now. And that's what I felt like. I feel like you can get away with not buying like an expensive PlayStation. Them things is like $500-$600 or more, aren't they? They're expensive. Nintendo 64 was 1997. Look at the gamer dropping history facts. Okay, teach us, brother. Teach us. Let me get a little plate for our bacon. We got a nice little char on it. I'm gonna put some more bacon in here. I want some more of that bacon fat. More bacon fat. Because we have several little sliders we're going to be cooking up. While our salmon is cooking, we'll make our little aioli for our sandwiches, our BLT sliders. It's going to be so good. Y'all know I love a good sauce. I'm acting like my grandmother, putting my hands in the pot like I didn't just cut and burn myself last week. I need some paper towels. So we'll go ahead and cook this bacon. Then we'll go back we'll start cooking the salmon. What do we say? What do we have? Chelsea says, I love the Nintendo 64, GameCube, Game Boy, Wii. I forgot all about the GameCube. And whatever happened to the GameCube? I feel like it didn't last very long. It didn't last long? I don't feel like it lasts long. I'm sorry, but like Nintendo, the original Nintendo, the one with the... That one and Nintendo 64, those are the best ones. Or no, Super Nintendo, because that was the one with the purple little slider things, right? Yeah, Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and then Nintendo 64. Nintendo and Super Nintendo, I think, were the best ones. They really were. They had the best games. Zelda. I hated that game. My godbrother used to play that game all the time, and he would never let me play with him, and so I hated that game. I was the only girl. That's the thing. They talking about playing outside with your friends. Y'all, me and my friends, I swear I was the only girl because my godbrother, he was like my big brother. My brother that's here today, he is 14 years older than me. So by the time I was growing up in the 90s, he was on his way. He was in the Navy. So, Theo, who's in the chat, Tony, he's also a vet. My brother who's here, he's a vet. So y'all have that in common. My brother served for this wonderful country that we live in.
Hey, Theo, if you make it out here, man, we're going to have a beer.
Yes, my brother said, Theo, he'll have a beer with you since you're a fellow vet. So by the time my brother I was coming of age, my brother was in the military. So I hung out a lot with my god brother, who's like 4 years older than me. And I was always playing video games with them, him and his friends. We loved wrestling. I fell in love with The Rock because of him. When me and him were really little, he used to like throw me down, like do wrestling moves on me and stuff. Like I had a real childhood, staying outside till 2-3 o'clock in the morning with your friends on the porch. Oh, we used to stay outside all night. In the summertime, you was in the Navy. You ain't know what was going on. You was gone.
Street lights, man.
Well, the street lights would come on, and then I was the youngest, so everybody would just come to my porch, and we would sit on my porch once the street lights came on, and we'd be outside talking, laughing, joking, playing music, playing spades. That's what we did. Let's see. Their game said it started with Intellivision, ColecoVision, Atari, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox until the current system. Oh, wow. See, y'all know all the history. I don't know all that. You cannot go wrong with the Mario Brothers franchise. I think definitely is the best one out there. Mortal Kombat is my second, drastically different. I loved Mortal Kombat. Finish her. I love that shit, man.
And then you notice my man standing, it looks like he's standing in front of the fucking game concept.
I love. Oh yeah, Wilbur, are you in the arcade in your picture? It looks like it. My brother just pointed that out. Sega. What does Craig say? Who played Beowulf on Sega? Do you know that? I didn't play Sega. I didn't have a Sega. It was a Sega for me, Theo. Mortal Kombat. Yes. Yeah. You know what? It definitely was a difference. Yeah. You either had a preference. You either played. I mean, I feel like everybody played Nintendo, but once Sega came out, like I feel like Sega and Nintendo had their own like Android Apple beef. It seemed like because it seemed like at that point it was just like you was either a Sega kid or you was Nintendo. I was Nintendo. Right. Like it literally was Apple versus iPhone for Sega and Nintendo back in the day. At least I feel like it was. What y'all think? Because we got folks in here talking about they were Sega kids. Mortal Kombat was everything. Like some of the moves, they were the graphics on them shows, y'all. Speaking of video games, remember arcades, Ninja Ninja. Look, I can't even talk. Ninja Turtles, arcade games, eat your quarters, okay? You couldn't have no money. Oh, Craig said, well done, big bro. Thanks for the service. Okay.
Appreciate you.
Outside catching lightning bugs. Do they even have lightning bugs anymore? Did those become extinct or something?
Staying around here?
We don't have them in Arizona for sure.
We're in the right place for that.
No, we don't have lightning bugs out here in Arizona. But those of you that are back east, are lightning bugs still in existence? Like, what's the tea?
I'm sure it's still around.
Because I don't see them out here. Max, get out of here. Get. All right, y'all. So we got our bacon. I didn't go super crispy on the bacon. Everything is better with bacon. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's start. I'm not going to add any additional oil, but I will spray the pan just a little. He did say Pac-Man. Yes, Miss Pac-Man is my absolute favorite all-time arcade game. So I'm going to turn that up a little bit because we do want a little sear. I'm going to add in our salmon here because we are making salmon BLT sliders. This is going to be so good, y'all. What? It's good. I've had it. There's actually there's a restaurant that I've had these at. What is the name of that restaurant? It's in Tempe Marketplace. It's like that little bar in Tempe Marketplace. Bar Louie? Yeah, Bar Louie.
Bar Louie, they got some good stuff.
All right. So now that our salmon is cooking, wash my hands a little bit. I'll move this out the way, and then we're going to start cutting up our tomatoes, and then I'm also going to make our sauce, our aioli that we're going to be having on our sandwiches, on our sliders. Oh, wait. What does Theo say? Oh, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all. Sonic was the ish. I did like Sonic, but again, I really was a Nintendo girl. I prefer Nintendo. When you go home, okay, so they don't have them in Indy. You know what? I swear somebody did something to the someone did something to the lightning bugs. So I have a Roma tomato, and I'm just gonna cut it up thinly sliced here because that's the T in our BLT. So we got our bacon. I'll show y'all in a minute the lettuce that we're going to be using. I got some nice green leaf lettuce. All right, let me get a spatula and start to flip our salmon. Oh, look at that color. Look at that color. That's where the flavor at. Remember, I told y'all my mama like stuff. You know what? She liked her men and her food black. Huh. I like my meat like I like my men. Black. Nah. Here we go. All right. So we got that going. That salmon looks amazing. We're gonna have a good. I don't remember this. Remember ain't is that a game? Is that a game, Tony?
What's that?
Ames or what is this? How you say this? This on the screen? Glamorous D says? I don't remember that. That might be before my time. Or not before my time. I just am not aware of it. All right, so we got a little bit of sliced tomato. Now let's go with our sauce that we're going to be making. So again, we're going to be making an aioli. An aioli is basically like a mayonnaise-based sauce or condiment. Cancel. Look, struggle streaming. Am I back? I hope y'all see me. I hope y'all see me.
You're back.
Let me get my other camera. Can you hear me? Hold up. Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Let me get my other camera. All right. Sorry, y'all. But before I had a technical difficulty, I saw someone in the building, Real Bravado Network. He says, hey, my sexy is strong. What you got going over there? Just tuning in. Thank you so much for joining, TJ. Appreciate you for being here. You know the struggle is real. I see your comment. Where's my spray? Yes. Struggle streaming. We are making some salmon BLT sliders today. We're having mimosas because it is brunch. And for our salmon BLT sliders, I'm actually about to. How do I know when to flip the fish? I actually just kind of cook it on a few minutes each side. I pay attention to how the food is looking, what I'm smelling, and what I'm hearing in the pans. Okay. Maggie says it all the time that her mother taught her how to cook with all her senses, and I could not agree with her more. And so I really just kind of pay attention to what it's looking like. I'm actually about to take this out because I don't want our salmon to overcook. Because this is a thinner piece of salmon that we have. Let me take this off. All right.
What kind of temperature you cooking this on? Is that medium?
This is on like a medium heat or a medium high heat. Rather, it's not all the way up though, but it is like a medium high heat, just so that I can get a nice sear. I want the fish to look like something. You don't want no light skinned meat, okay? You want the meat to always have like a nice little crust to it. But depending on your cooktop, your stove, so it is an induction cooktop, but it's still electric, and electric cooking tends to be pretty hot. So you have to be mindful of that. It can cook things rather fast. So we have our little pieces of salmon. Gonna add all of these to the pot. All right. So yes, salmon sliders. Oh, Derek. Payphones. Who remembers payphones? I actually seen some booths that are still in existence, but they're not usable. They took the phones off of them.
I actually went to a bar that actually had a big phone as a nostalgia piece hanging up.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't here though.
Okay. So this is the lettuce that we're going to use. I have a little head of green leaf lettuce. They're smaller leaves, so we'll be able to just pick them off. They've been sitting and draining. I've already cleaned it off. So make sure you clean your lettuce, your vegetables really well. I enjoy, one of the ways that I clean my vegetables actually is letting them soak in water and distilled vinegar. And that helps, really helps, especially when I'm cleaning my greens. If I'm making greens like for Sunday dinner or for a holiday, I always put vinegar in the water, and that helps really kind of break up the dirt and get the dirt out of greens, because most green vegetables are grown from the earth, so it's going to have a lot of dirt in it. So make sure you clean them really well. All right, so let's turn this, and then I'm going to make this sauce, this aioli. These pieces of salmon are really thin on purpose. I purposely bought this like this, so you don't need to cook it for a very long time at all, because you don't want your salmon to overcook. Of course, if you have thicker salmon, pay attention to it. You can, I can't remember off the top of my head the internal temperature for salmon, but you can always check it with a meat thermometer. And I highly recommend getting a digital meat thermometer. Let me taste it. Okay, baby. That's good. All right. Let me get some of the comments up. Oh, thanks for checking on us over here. Electric stoves are very unforgiving. Yes, they are. 1-800-COLLECT. Now that's a real throwback if it was one, okay? All right, I'm about to take this off already. Okay, so for our aioli, we're going to start with light mayonnaise. Feel free to use whatever type of mayonnaise you like, but I do like to use light mayonnaise because, you know, we're cooking for health here. We want to be very conscious. Even though I'm not cooking very light today, I still want to be able to mind my calories, my macros in every way that I can. So that is how you are being mindful of the food that you're ingesting. So I use a few spoonfuls of mayonnaise, and then we're gonna kind of season it up. Let me take this off of here. These little small thin pieces. Let them sit here. Turn off our cooktop, and then we'll finish up. We might get out of here quick today, y'all. Okay? Let me change this so y'all can see me. Just what you hear, okay? Okay, so we have about two big tablespoons or spoonfuls of our mayonnaise. I'm going to be chopping up some dill. Y'all know I love dill, and dill goes perfectly with salmon. So it's a nice addition to our aioli. You can, if you don't have fresh dill, you can also do some dried dill leaves, dill weeds or whatnot. So you can do dried or fresh, but y'all know I prefer fresh. So if you can, go ahead and get that in there. So that's about a good tablespoon or more of fresh dill. I am actually going to grate up a few cloves of garlic so we can have that fresh garlic taste in our aioli. So with my microplane over the bowl, just grate up the garlic directly inside. We'll do 1 clove because, I mean, who don't love garlic though? Like, the way that we're going to make this truffle, y'all already know what I love. If y'all have been here more than once, you have seen me use this seasoning. I really, at this point, need Kinders to, like, holla at your girl. I mean, I'm putting the people on to y'all, okay? So y'all need to come put me on, okay? So today, we're going to be using the Kinders Prime Steak, black garlic, and truffle. This is going to add that real truffly flavor. Depending on how it tastes, I might even add a little bit of truffle oil, but I'm going to taste it first. And so I'm going to squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice, and then we'll taste. We'll put in just a tiny bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. I actually want to use this same black pepper and garlic seasoning. Put a little bit of that in here. Mix and see where we are. Oh, this is going to be good. It looks good. All right, let's see what's going on in the comments. Oh, look who's here. Janesta Coleman, good afternoon, my sexy strong and chat family. I'm at work today, so my vacation can't start early this week. Just dropping in. Thank you so much for joining, Miss Coleman. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Let's see what Derek's saying. I got in trouble for calling 900 numbers. What? Okay. Did you? Yes, 1-800-collect. Can y'all believe that? Pay phones. Oh my God, pay phones. I could talk about the 90s for hours too. Like it is, it's so nostalgic. Like I just get all those warm and fuzzy feelings. Like
Bruno Mars took me back with that one song.
What?
Go that trip. Cardi B with the in living color background.
Oh yeah. I can't remember the name of it. That's good. I want a little bit more mayonnaise because this ain't enough. And then I think the truffle flavor is fine. This and a little more squeeze of lemon juice, and then we in there. We're gonna build our sandwiches, our sliders. So make sure you taste. This is to taste. I'm not measuring out anything, but it's, you still want like that mayonnaise-y flavor, but just a little extra And so that's why we added in the dill, the fresh garlic, all of that. Let's see. Glamorous D, what he says. Ames was a store. Wait a minute. Now that you say that, I think I do remember Ames. It's a store, like a department store, right? Ames. But I think it's regional. So, Stacey, you probably don't know about it because I think this is like south. I think it's more southeast.
I remember hearing, I'm not sure if we have one in Cleveland.
I don't think we have one in Cleveland either, but I do remember vaguely hearing about it. So there's a channel on YouTube. It's called Company Man, and they talk about a lot of different American companies because that's something I'm interested in. And they've talked about a lot of old stores like Montgomery Ward, Silverman's, like all of those stores. And a lot of the stores that they talk about, they make sure to note in the videos how a lot of them are regional. So you won't see them in certain parts of the country. Like, perfect example. So you know how we have Rallies, and then we also have Checkers. Checkers was actually like in the South. Rallies was in the North. And so now things have changed and they've kind of merged, and you see them kind of everywhere. But just to give you an example of how certain stores would be in certain parts of the country.
It's like Hardee's and Carl's Jr.
Oh, it's Hardee's and Carl's Jr. is actually the perfect combination because Carl's Jr. is out here, and then Hardee's is back east. And they're literally the same restaurant with a few little small differences. But yeah, it's always been like the same situation. Great channel, great information. If you're interested in like watching things about businesses and trends and like why certain businesses were successful and why others weren't, I highly recommend that channel. It's like a little faceless video essay type situation. I love channels like that. I love them. All right. Let's see. The video was kind of fuzzy for me. Oh, wait. Is it me? You talking about me?
Kind of fuzzy right now, but
I don't know what's going on. I don't have to miss waiting until 7 p.m. to make phone call. Oh, yes. Okay, so even this is a little bit outside of the 90s, but like when we first got cell phones, it was always like minutes. Like you had to wait till after 6 p.m. to make a call. or after 9. Was it after 9? I think it was first. It was after 9. They changed it to 6. But like calls weren't free until then, so you were always using your minutes. I remember. Let me tell y'all. I'm telling myself. So when I was a junior in high school, me and my mom, we visited Fisk, which is where I ended up going to college in the spring. At the time, or was it the spring of my senior year? Either way it go, we were visiting. I think it was my senior year. We went to visit Fisk. And at the time, I had me a little, what I call like a little boyfriend or something. This little boy I was talking to. He was a little older too. I told you I always liked older boys. And I was in Nashville on my cell phone calling him. I remember the next month we had Verizon. My grandmother got the phone bill because it was in her name. And she was like, why are all these calls, these roaming charges on here? It was from me talking to my little friend, my little boyfriend, when I was in Nashville visiting the college I was supposed to go to. And I ran the phone bill up because of roaming charges. So you couldn't just go all over the country and just talk on your phone for free. You can only be in a certain place. All right, so we're gonna build our sliders. Now my daughter has no idea what that means. Like if her phone don't work, it's like a nightmare. Like she has no concept of waiting till a certain time to use the phone. Not the fact that she can go on social media. Like we didn't always have that. The most we had on our phones was Snake. Okay. Gas was so much cheaper. Oh my God, yes. The sugar comment. I used to make Kool-Aid with. I'm perfectly healthy. Okay, with your 5-pound bags of sugar and your Kool-Aid. Like on the right on House Party. I was just about to say on House Party when they made that Kool-Aid. Not with all that damn sugar. Like heck no, I don't want all that sugar. Okay. Oh wait, Derek says the neon colored Reeboks. Ooh, you taking it big. The pump shoe. Oh yes, Celeste, you taking it back, girl. Radio Shack, Comp USA. Hey, oh my God. Circuit City. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, Celeste dropped the link to Company Man. Great channel, y'all. Make sure you check it out. So we're gonna be using brioche slider rolls here. Okay. All right. I'm going to make 3 so we all can try one. And then I'll make more when we're done. All right. So we have our buns. We're going to start by dressing the buns. Oh, wait, let me get a knife so I can cut them. Let me get a knife so I can cut. Let me use a bread knife so we don't destroy the bread. If you want, you can toast your buns. I'm not going to do that. Actually, maybe I should. That's what we about to do. I'm about to toast them. Let me turn this on. Let me toast them. We got some time. We only been here for an hour, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to toast the buns really quickly. We got our bacon grease in here. We got our salmon drippings, all of that, right? I'm gonna let this heat up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna toast them, and then we'll start dressing them with our aioli. You took it back. Blockbuster Video. I think the last Blockbuster actually finally closed a few years ago, maybe even before the pandemic. I'm not sure, but I remember watching something on YouTube about it. Y'all notice I ain't had no more. I'm doing good with my mimosas today. Because last week I was on one.
Yeah, I counted them.
I had 4 mimosas. I was lit. I was lit last week. I was lit. What was the topic? Why was I so drunk?
I don't know.
Here, wait.
Maybe I should have got a bigger bottle. My bad.
Oh, no, I have another bottle of champagne. Even after the live, we can keep drinking. And I got some tequila. We can make some tequila sunrises.
No, see, she driving. So, well, I'm not.
You can have a tequila sunrise. Okay.
bro.
It's still early here. It's only 2:00.
Hey.
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all, I love to entertain. I love having people over. I had people over yesterday. I was cooking and had we didn't drink. We had a good time. Me and a sorority sister of mine. This is my thing. I told y'all in the 90s or probably late 90s, early 2000s is when I started watching like Food Network and all those stations, HGTV. And I should have known then that I was meant to be like a little Susie homemaker because that kind of stuff appealed to me. Uh-oh. Oh, Lord. Here, I'll use this. All right, so gonna toast the buns real quick. Get a little toasty. If you have butter, you can do that. But we just want to get a little toastiness on our buns. I'm going to get some of the little drippings. That's extra flavor. Not too long, not too long. The Roman charges were no joke. Girl, my grandmother was fit to be tied, okay? Fit to be tied. Tickle Me Elmo. Dude. So by the time Tickle Me Elmo came out, my sister had my nephew, but I think Chris and Christina. Yeah, Christina, and probably EJ. So my nieces and nephews, man, look, I remember that Christmas and how people were going crazy, Black Friday, fighting, everything. Look, everybody was fighting. It wasn't just us, okay? I'm just saying. All right, so I'm gonna remove these. See there? Nice little crisp. All right. All right. This is perfect. So this is a really nice little brunch idea too, especially if you're hosting, because y'all know I love to host. It'll be a nice way to have something a little different. Let's take this off while we fix our sliders. So I'm gonna start with on one side of the bun. I usually only dress one side of the bun. You can do it however you want, but I'm just gonna show y'all what I do, okay? I like to dress the bottom of the bun, get a nice amount of our aioli because that's where we're gonna be having a lot of flavor. Okay. Lots of flavor. So we start with the aioli. I'm going to then add a piece of salmon on top. All right. I'm going to use the smaller ones for the ones to test because I don't want it to be too messy. All righty. Then we're going to get, oh shit, I just dropped the lettuce. All right, so I'm going to take a few, let's put this on our little tray here. Okay, so I just want to cut the lettuce up. Make it you might need to cut the lettuce so it's not too big. You don't want I don't like when sliders have stuff falling off on the side. Presentation matters, okay? So I'm going to put a little piece of lettuce here. I hope y'all can see this. Yeah, y'all can see me. All right. So a little piece of lettuce on our sandwich. You can just break it up. We're going to go in with our tomato for the T. T is for Terry and tomato. Okay?
And Tony.
Oh, and Tony. And then lastly, we'll go in with a piece of bacon on top. If you want to do cheese or something like that, you can dress it up however you want. This is what I've decided to do. I'm going to put a couple pieces of bacon on there because everything is better with bacon. Okay? All right. There we go. Then we're going to top them. If I should have got me some little Big toothpicks. Oh, look at those. They look so cute. Look at them. All right, let me see if I have like some little for our, no, I don't. I don't have any decorative toothpicks. So we won't do that. We'll just keep it cute with our sliders. Y'all see those? Let me see. Let me pick one up. Let me put on our other camera so y'all can see. Here's our plate of sliders. Here we go. There. Tony, you want to come? Let's taste. Wait a minute. I got to take a picture. I got to take a picture and a video. Let me get all this stuff out the way. And then we can taste. So hold on just a second. You can come there. And wait till I get my little camera situation going. All right. Yes, I'm definitely taking a picture. Oh, look at these. These are so cute. I hope y'all are able to see them well. And then I'll pull up your comments after we taste. Ooh. Here, wait. Let me get real fancy. Let me do the portrait. Oh, wait. Hold on. All right. So we have our Salmon BLT sliders with our garlic and truffle aioli. Y'all know me. I love a nice little sauce here. Let me get a video so you can see all of this yummy goodness. And then my brother and I are going to give a taste. We're going to taste test and let y'all know how delicious it is. All right. There we go. Ooh, this is going to be delicious. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here, Stacey, you can have one too. I know you don't want to be on camera. You're like, I ain't trying to be on camera. Here. Uh-oh. Here you go. Let me know how you like it. Okay. Here, I done already touched that one, so I'll take this one. You take that one. And let me know. All right. Cheers. Let's taste. Mmm. Mmm. This is good. This is real good. The bacon. So it definitely gives real BLT vibes.
Straight up restaurant stuff, y'all, for real. This
But the salmon adds a whole nother dimension. And let's not even begin to discuss how important the garlic and truffle aioli is.
That's off the lick.
It's so good. We got another winner, of course, y'all. We got another winner. Celeste says last week was boozy for real. Let me tell you something, y'all. After I got off that live, I sat down on my couch. And the way I sat down on the couch, I knew I drank too much. Okay, let me go in for another bite because I'm hungry and this is good. And then we're gonna go over the comments. How y'all like it? Good.
I'm coming back over next weekend.
You coming over next weekend? Okay. I'll make us more after the live goes off. Okay. Woo. Let me take a drink. Delicious. Okay. Celeste says to Glamorous D, each year was a crazy toy. Furbies, Elmo, Beanie Baby. So y'all know I went to a private school, right? All girls private school from 5th to 12th grade. I want to say Beanie Babies became popular when I was about 6th, 7th grade. Maybe into 8th grade. No, it might have even been when I first started there at 5th grade. It was insane. I think it was because I think Beanie Babies really started to get popular in '96, and I started private school in '95. Beanie Babies were crazy, and literally every week, some of the girls would come to school, and their parents, their moms, was buying them brand new Beanie Babies. It was themed Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies were out of control, as well as those little digital eggs that you're talking about. Yeah, like those. You had the little egg, and then you had to like raise the kid, the little creature. Yeah, whatever it was. Glamour Z said there was a documentary series called Dark Side of the '90s. The first episode was about talk shows. Jerry Springer. Y'all, my grandfather and grandmother used to watch Jerry Springer every single day. My grandfather loved Jerry Springer, y'all. Loved it. Jerry Springer and Maury. And it would tickle my grandmother and grandfather to death when he was not the father and they start running around all the dang on places. And then another thing that my grandfather loved about Jerry Springer was every episode at one point, it seemed like they always had a bouquet of flowers and they would start fighting with the flowers and start hitting people with the flowers. And my grandfather would be like, there go those god dang flowers. You already know how Papa used to talk. I can't talk how my grandfather. If people want to know why I cuss the way that I do sometimes, it's because I grew around my grandfather and my uncle.
And your grandma.
Well, yeah, my grandmother too. So. My family, we use colorful language, okay? We use definitely colorful language. MC Hammer pants. Okay, so MC Hammer was like my all-time favorite. Did I go to an MC Hammer concert? You don't know. You wasn't there. You was gone. You missed a lot in the damn Navy. MC Hammer was one of my favorites. I thought he was just everything, I swear. And I want to say I went to an MC Hammer concert. I remember my mom taking me to an MC Hammer concert. Yes, Paula McDonald, thank you so much for being here. And she says Blockbuster video. Absolutely. We all remember Blockbuster. Blockbuster was the place to be. Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. On Fridays, we would always go to Blockbuster and rent a movie. One of my friends, as soon as she got a car, we would drive up to, and then she had a job at Hollywood Video too, so we got a discount too. That also makes me remember like dollar movies. We would go to the dollar movies and sneak food in, and then sometimes the managers would try to catch us and try to check our bags to see because they caught on to people taking food inside. It was a whole thing. I remember we had to call my friend's mama to come up to the dollar movie, and she was cussing out the manager. Lord, the '90s. Oh, it was a great time to be alive. It was a great time to be alive. Yes, these were definitely quick and easy. Definitely make sure you check these out. Make those too legit to quit.
Oh, that sauce is lit, man.
Yes, they were very good. Pork ain't good for you, my sister. Okay. I don't eat it very often, but it tastes good. Swine is fine. Yes, swine is fine. Is that like surf and turf? Kinda, yeah. Because the turf would be the bacon, and you can use any type of bacon. Like I said, turkey bacon, beef bacon, pork bacon, whatever you desire. And then, of course, the turf is the salmon. We need to plan a trip out there so we can taste live. Oh, hello. Come on in. Y'all, I love to entertain and I love having people over. But for some reason, folks don't want to come all the way out here to the Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West clearly got the best food, okay? Because I'm out here. So y'all need to come visit. I feel like eventually once my channel grows, I would love to have like a little sip and taste or some type of event where like people can taste my food and whatnot. Because I've dibbled and dabbled in catering, so like I don't have a problem with cooking food for lots of people, but it would be more intimate. It would definitely be like an intimate setting. It definitely would be over 50 people. It would be 50 people or less, but I would love to do something like that. Event planning and things of that nature. I'm just going to put it out there because it's going to come. It's happening. I feel it. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my soul. Y'all crazy. Who remembers? Okay. Ricky Lake, Jenny Jones, and Richard Bay. Listen, and Ricardo or Geraldo. I said Ricardo. Wrong Hispanic name. Ricky Lake And Jenny Jones, I'm gonna just say it like this. It shows like that the reason why relationships is toxic nowadays, okay? You can't tell me that, look, we would come home from school and what was we watching? Ricky Lake and Jenny Jones and Maury and Jerry Springer and Sally Jesse Raphael and Sally Jesse Raphael, like all them people, okay? Oprah was not really my jam. And not until I got older and really could appreciate Oprah for the woman that she was. But like growing up, I didn't really feel like Oprah spoke to me. Yeah, like, oh, let's see. What is Allie says we can do that. We can do like when the contestants on the next Top Chef feed random people. Oh Lord. Somebody asked me if I would go on a show like Chopped. I don't think so. That's too much anxiety. That's too much anxiety around cooking. Like, y'all, I really enjoy being in the kitchen. It's like a therapy for me. And like, especially when I'm in here and like not on live, just cooking, have my music playing, drinking, indulging, and however way I choose to indulge. Like, that's the best part of cooking for me. I can be so stressed out. And as long as I have the ingredients already in my house, I'm just gonna cook. And my mood will change. I love feeding people. Glamorous D says Arsenio Hall. I was looking for a picture of Arsenio Hall to put on the thumbnail. So on the thumbnail, if y'all caught it, I got salt and pepper. I have what's that man name? Eddie Murphy, Robin Givens, and Halle Berry from Boomerang, because that was one of my favorite movies. Why I was watching Boomerang in the 90s. But blame it on the fact that I had an older sister and an older cousin in the household. But Boomerang was one of my favorite movies. So I have that on the thumbnail. And then I think I put the Tupac. Who did I put on there? I can't remember. But all of these people, it was so important. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we had growing up in the 90s, those of us who were little kids like me, and even those that were in their teens and in their 20s, like my brother, like, we enjoyed, life was just different. It was just different. Let's see, who is this? Oh, and then I had Tupac and Janet Jackson from Poetic Justice on there too. Because that was one of the movies. That was it. Okay. Trash. And it was wonderful. Let's see. Yes, we were all watching Trash. All. So like that's on one end, I kind of can't really get too upset about like the whole reality TV vibes that we have and like all the things that the kids are exposed to now. But at the same time, like it still was different. There was a level of like, there was a wall. There was like that fourth wall where we knew like it wasn't real life, right? Although like there in some ways we were still influenced, and we can't deny the influences that media has, music, TV, movies, etc. All of those are very influential, and it's ludicrous to think that none of those things have an influence on you. However, I think because nowadays children especially, but we all are constantly bombarded with these images, it is a different type of social engineering that can be very dangerous. So I think I talked about this before in another live, that we have to be very mindful of what we're ingesting, what our kids are ingesting, and how they're kind of navigating through that space. Because if they don't have the concept of like, YouTube is not real life. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of these things, all of these wild, crazy opinions that people have and things of that nature, these conversations that people are having, they're not always based on like actual reality. Okay. And so we have to be able to like differentiate between the two. And that's one of the things that I enjoyed about growing up at that time, because all the digital stuff was brand new. So like nobody thought like, oh, this was real life. You know what I'm saying? Like you knew there was a difference. You knew there was a difference.
There wasn't so many keyboard cowboys.
Well, you know, keyboard knit. Yeah. Look, we were in 3rd grade watching New York Undercover. Definitely not age appropriate. Look, my favorite movies of all time, Dirty Dancing and Pretty Woman. Neither I should have been watching at the ages that I was watching, but guess what? I distinctly remember watching New Jack City all the time. I distinctly remember being a little kid in the 90s, walking down the street singing I Want to Sex You Up after watching New Jack City. Okay. So like we were exposed to a lot. We were. We shouldn't have been watching half the stuff we were watching. Like my daughter, she has to ask me to watch rated R movies, and she's probably only seen like 2 or 3, and she's 12. By the time I was 12, we ain't gonna talk about all the movies I saw. Okay. Real World reality TV started. I remember the Real World. That was my favorite reality show. They the one who started this About It-ish. Okay. All right, y'all. So that is all we have for today. We had a good time reminiscing about the 90s. And then we had delicious salmon sliders. Thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to Maggie, the substitute teacher, for her $26 donation via Cash App. I will be back live on Wednesday. So be sure to check out when I schedule it. Again, as always, if you have any suggestions, if you have any things you would like to see me cook, make sure you reach out to me. You can email me. You can send me a DM on Instagram, or you can just comment on one of my videos. I get all the notifications, so I'll see the comment for sure. All right, y'all. Thanks again. Happy Sunday. Keep brunching. I will see y'all next time.